Hey YouTube, Farm 26, Justin here again. So we're back to this Allis Chalmers fork project, and what we need before we really do some layouts is some critical measurements. So we need to get between the two top ear bosses, the bottom ears, and an actual pin height. You also need the spread here. There, you know, that's all. Hey guys, so yeah, this is our layout video, or part of it. So we got the forks here, we got a bit of steel to trace some stuff out, and I'll be honest with you, I've kind of started a little bit, but I'll bring you in, I'll show you, get you up to speed. So what you really need to start with is, I don't know how well you can see this or not, something like that. Well, anyways, you need some critical drawings. If you they don't need to be blueprints. You know, you don't have to go into some CAD CAM, whatever you want. Just you need something good to work off. From there, you can kind of establish the center line, which I already did. It's right here. I don't know. Yeah, you can't see it, so. But from there, you can start laying out your measurements. Now we've got it figured out. We need 15 and 5/16 from center line to our first bushing. So yeah, you can just, you know, make your mark right there. All right, there's your first bushing. All right, and so forth. I mean, I've done them all here, so we'll let you in a little closer. But once you've got your bushings kind of worked out, you can start squaring stuff up. So I don't know how well you can see this stuff or not. I can barely see the camera from here. But we've got our bush laid out here, 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 and here. We've got our center line back over that way. So what we can do is we can start with a straight line. Kind of figuring out what we're going to need for our plate. So we're going to have to cover, let's say, this. Alright, now we did want a 1/2 inch, or we do want a 1/2 inch proud of anything that we're going to be welding around. So I think I'm going to leave this corner tight, and we're going to guess a 1/2. It's real close. Pick it up there. And the top, I'm just going to speed square. Speed square a little square. Let's say kind of like that. All right, now the one thing we don't have, and it's going to kind of be a little bit of a pain, is from our bottom. I don't know if you can see this or not. We're just going to try and squeeze. Nah, he don't fit. Since I didn't have a big enough plate to lay out, I kind of got this guy flopping in the wind. I think what I'm going to do though, just move him the other side. Hopefully he bites enough to finish this layout. And speed square square doesn't like it there, but it's not too bad there. So get everything squared up, and we can draw a new line. And this one I'm going to do in pencil because I want them a little better than, a little more accurate. And take and run this guy to get our measurement. And he will be, you run him too, we're at 12 3/8 overall width. There. So I hope the lines haven't confused anyone too much. And our real estate this way, 20, we're gonna go 20 3/4. That should work out real nice. And actually I knew that measurement from earlier. 20 3/4, so if you can make business out of that. But now we can start to the fun stuff. I don't make a lot of templates, but for this one I think I'm gonna. Just a cardboard template. Yeah, he'll work. We're just gonna measure him out onto here, get our line there in, and all we're gonna do, we're gonna start square, measure the bottom over, measure the top over, and we're gonna have a template. And now we can go to cutting our chunk that we're gonna weld onto here. So off camera, I just squared this up real quick. So what we're gonna do, what did I do with my pencil right there? I'm gonna start at the bottom. Actually, we'll start at the top, because we've got 12 3/8. And man, I wished I had my creeper stool here. 12 3/8 would be right there. Okay. And I might just move him up a little bit. This is, I cut my sheet too small. Oh man, it is warmer today, but I tell you what, it is only just. To be honest with you, I'm going for coffee here real soon. 12 3. So we know we got 3.5. That's just the size of our bushing. So we're going to go 4 inches down. And there we go. There's our 4. And you know, right now it's not real critical, we just want it close. And we're going to draw another one with our 20 3/4. You know what? I think I'm going to do this number. Set her there. 21 3/4 is right there. So we're going to draw a mark at 1 inch. Use our squared transfer again. Now, I'm not saying this is the way you gotta do it, and this really isn't a how-to. This is just kind of a how I do kind of thing, if you know what I mean. If you got a project like this and you get some ideas, that's the whole goal of me being on YouTube, is sharing what I've kind of received over the years. So YouTube's always been my go-to to I need a measurement here. We're gonna go 9 inches. We can give it just a hair. 9 inches. YouTube's given me a lot of ideas over the years, and this is just kind of my paying it back kind of thing. That's kind of the idea of coming out on YouTube. Double check that. Okay. This square is kind of just, it's an old one, and they did numbers differently back then, and like, yeah, the one scale is sometimes, I've screwed up with it before, I'll put it to you that way. Yeah, 9 inches, perfect. All right, now we play that old game from kids' school, elementary school, connect the dots. And there you go. We've got a fairly decent layout here, with the exception of one thing. On this side, we have a tag, and it's your weight tag. And just the way things are going nowadays, I've never had anyone question my equipment as far as what it can exactly weigh by a number or anything like that. I'm not going to say everything has always been, all right, up to the measured weight, perfect lift, or anything like that, but I've never had anyone question a certification or anything, and I know it's not certified or anything like that, but I know this is going to be heavier than it can be, and I kind of want to retain that if anyone does go, well, what can that do? Right now, I know I'm limited to what my actual hydraulic pump can put out. It is low pressure, high volume. Yeah, I don't know what it exactly lifts, but they figure you can figure a ton for a yard and a yard of dirt. I think that's a 2.5 yard bucket, so we should be right there, 5,000 pounds. I think this is 5,500. So. Well, that's enough of that. I'm going to do some cutting. Well, there you have it. The old saying, measure twice, cut once. So, I don't know, hey, you might be able to see this a little better. So what I did is, this little line, if you see right there, I didn't account for everything in my initial cutout, but everything kind of got off a little bit. But what you can see, that's kind of the idea of the chunk of steel we're going to cut out. I tell you what, I sure am glad that I chose to template this one. I thought I might freehand it, but yeah, that'll put me out like 1.5 inches. But yeah, you can see it covers everything up. Yeah, there, covers everything up. Should be a good fit. Done some preliminary measurements, and I think it'll work. Well, I think you guys got a pretty good idea how we're doing this layout. I know it's not anything real crazy or wild, but it's how I'm doing it. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share me with a friend. Enjoy!